Hey everyone, it's G.I. Gary from Pint Comics with another toy review, and today I'm going to be taking a quick look at the Ghostbusters Plasma series 6-inch figures from Hasbro. Now to start off, I've got the four main guys right here. I've got Egon, I've got Venkman, I've got Winston, and I've got Ray Stantz. So I got the four main guys. I had the opportunity to buy Dana Barrett and Gozer. Gozer was gone when I went back to get these guys, and I passed on Dana because I didn't think I was going to fall in love with building a Vince Clortho Build-A-Figure, and now I'm looking for those two to finish the Build-A-Figure. But I didn't get them because I felt these four guys were the main ones to get, and I was able to find the whole set in Walmart in damaged boxes, because who wants a damaged box? I do, because I'm going to open them up and take them out and display them. We'll take a quick look over them. So each guy shares parts with the others. Also, each guy has something unique and different. Obviously the head sculpts, but you'll notice that waist pieces are the same. You'll notice that Ray has a hook for his goggles, which are actually night vision goggles from the US military. And Winston shares the same belt as Egon because it has the same hole for the peg on the PKE meter. Now, Peter Venkman and Ray Stantz, will have similar things. But also of note is everybody's backpack has one unique feature. The red dot, I've noticed, is in different spots for each guy. And that makes them unique to each figure. But also each figure has one thing unique to them. So Ray has his goggles. You have Winston with his proton beam. Peter Venkman has a trap. And then PKE meter again with Egon. So each one has that unique thing with it. So yeah, you got a lot of reused parts, body parts. Peter Venkman has the unique legs compared to the other three. Ray has unique body because of him being a little heavier set than the other guys. And you got a couple little things unique between, all three of them. So there's a lot of reused parts. So what you're seeing is something that Hasbro used to keep costs down when building out these figures. So these figures are in 6-inch scale. Reality, if I take a tape measure to them, they're about 5.5 inches. And also they share the same articulation as a Marvel Legends. That is pretty cool. It allows them to be posed in plenty of dynamic places. They all have very rubbery hands because, as you can see, I got Winston holding the proton beam right there. So, I mean, it comes in handy, and they're very rubbery. Don't know how long they're going to last. I'd be interested to see what the long-term effects are. So I don't know how long I'm going to have him using both hands on that. But overall, these are really cool sculpts. They really look like them. Some people say Peter Venkman looks a little bit too much like Ted Cruz, the politician from Texas, if you don't know who that is. But other than that, I think I got a weird chocolate lip vibe on Ray. And but overall, they're very faithful. They look very good. They display very well, especially as a team like this. Now, if you're interested in packaging, I did bring, I got Ray's box right here. So everybody's box is very similar. They have just a similar change with just the name here. The side doesn't have a number, and it's the same character portraits on this side. And the back will just highlight which character is in the box. And then you see Vince Clortho, and it tells you kind of, what you need to do to complete the wave and then complete Vince with the Build-A-Figure. And as you can see, this box beat up, so allows me to get it. So the packaging itself isn't unique, except for the fact that if you were to display it, you have to display it face out to show the figures. But I think these figures display best out of the box. But that's my opinion. Setting your bookshelf up with 6 of these in a row isn't going to look nearly as appealing as this, or if you gather them all together and put them together like this. And I chose everybody's pose a little bit. This is pretty much how they are in my shelf. I got Ray's reaching for his proton emitter. You got already Winston firing off, and you got Peter's like, hey, hey Ghosty, and he's trying to get the guy over there, and Egon's just checking to make sure the guy is a ghost. But they're really cool. And one of the neat things was, obviously we're talking about toys. So Hasbro recommends them for ages 4 and up because of small parts. And one thing that I was surprised was my 5-year-old son actually grabbed for these, and because he does know who the Ghostbusters are, we watched the cartoon event, but he was introduced to them by going to BoomTube Comics in Southington, and they had the Connecticut Ghostbusters there, and my son fell in love with the Ghostbusters. So we've watched the music video, we've watched the cartoon. He's not quite there yet for the movie. If I could find an edited version with some of the bad words edited out, I would go for it. But he grabbed these and he immediately started playing with them. So that's really cool to me. It shows that, imagination is still alive and that these are actually cool toys, because anything that, from a parent's point of view, anything your kid grabs and plays with that isn't a tablet, that's 2 thumbs up. So, and like I said, I got the main 4 guys because they're the guys that are in everything. Dana and Gozer, it's a little too tied to movie 1. So with Hasbro setting up for a second wave, you still have Rick Moranis and Annie Potts' characters from the movie. So you can build those up too, because I think the 6 of them would be, to me, a proper set. I don't need to have Dana or Gozer, but I am going to get them because I want to build Vince Clortho. So overall, they're really cool. I really like them. They, are they worth $21 retail or, $30 or more secondary market? That's up to you. I think they're definitely worth retail. They're on the higher side for what you get with articulation, because Hasbro has to pay licensing fees and likeness rights. But overall, they're reaching back into their parts bin of 6-inch figures, adding some new parts, creating new molds, and putting something out that, while I've heard some criticism towards the Mattel figures, which I have no experience with, I think those are really cool because, like I said, my son identifies with them and he plays with them, and they're plastic and rubbery enough that, for a 5-year-old to be using them, that makes it cool in my book. At the end of the day, as a collector, I like these because they display awesome. And as a parent, with my son playing with these and they're durable enough for a 5-year-old, I like that too. That makes them a solid B in my book. They're great. I'm going to finish off to build Vins with Dana and Gozer, and hopefully they come out with a second wave and see what else happens, and I'll be interested in at least looking at it. I don't know if I'm going to continue on with the line, but I'm happy I have these. And with that, see ya.